My first guest in Gordon Street tonight is an American comedian who's been part of the Whose Line Is It Anyway cast in Britain and the US for over 10 years. He's currently performing at the Melbourne International Comedy Festival. Would you please welcome Greg Proops. Proops, what news do you bring us of America?
Well, we almost shut the government down, but finally it got pulled out because of the budget thing. So we have enough money to invade, I think, every country in the world now.
What do you think of the current administration over there?
We actually counted the votes in the last election for the first time in a while.
Wow, right.
Yeah. After the last two elections, I was surprised that Haiti didn't invade us to install a democracy. We were turning into Italy for a while there, you know. Who won the election? Hey, you know. Somebody wins, somebody loses. You know.
Now, how many trips have you made to Australia now?
This is only my second time in Australia.
No, really?
I know.
What was the first joke you ever wrote when you came to Australia?
I think it was this. I went to see the marsupials, and the kids were going crazy for the koala bears, dragging their mother. Koala bear, koala bear. You get there, and the koala bears are going. Koala bears don't do anything. They eat eucalyptus leaves all day, and at night they shoot mentholated cough drops off their butt. Puffy, furry cough drop shitting machines is what they are.
Is it easier coming to a new country with a whole fresh set of eyes to come up with stand-up comedy?
I think it is a little bit. I mean, because, you know, it's hard for people who live in a place to notice what they're like sometimes.
Yeah.
I mean, the first time I came here years ago, I didn't realize how much Australians blamed Americans for everything. I had an Australian guy say to me, we didn't have crime until America. And I was like, wow, logic train. Because I thought we were like, you know, your shallow cousins, you know, good at sports, not so good at reading, you know.
Because the lovely thing about you is that a lot of American comedians go to a new country and come up with jokes that the locals kind of go, yeah, we've heard all that before. But I've seen you in England say stuff that only a frequent visitor can have picked up about the English.
Well, you know, I lived in England for 5 years, and after living there for 4 years, someone said hello to me. They're not the, you know, English people are lovely if you can, you know, pry them away from alcohol. And they're not that in touch with their emotions. I live in Hollywood where people are easy friends. You know, hey, buddy, good to see you, Adam. All right, go on, come over. And then they never, ever talk to you again. In England, it's exactly the opposite. You have to know someone for years and years, but then they're your friend for life. I swear, I lived in a neighborhood for like 5 years, and I'd go to the newsagent every day for 5 years. And after 3 years of me going, good morning, every day, after 3 years, the guy went, you all right? And then I knew I'd made an emotional bond with him. Also, food. If you're going to go to England, you know, bring food with you. Also, the service. You know, people are so friendly here. In England, like, you know, honestly, I thought Fawlty Towers was like a comedy show. And then I went to England and found out it was a hard-hitting documentary.
And now you've done the proper things in Australia too. You've been to the zoo.
Oh yeah.
You've patted the animals.
Oh, I've been to the, what do they call it? The marsupial concentration camp. I've been there. And I've petted the animals. Yes, I've seen the koala bear.
Yeah. I have to. I'm sorry,
yes,
but
my darling.
This is just one thing I have to point out. Koala.
What did I say?
Koala bear.
Oh.
We never say the bear at the end, it's always koala.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, man, I want to be cool like Australians. Good on ya. The koala animal.
I'm sorry, I know that was the tiniest thing, but
no.
I reckon there were people, we're the ABC, we would have gotten letters.
Oh, I bet you would.
Dear ABC.
I'm glad that people still write letters here. That's awesome. In America, they might send an email or something like that, but it's great. Maybe they could color a picture and send it here. Maybe send a carrier pigeon or something. Do you say pigeon or just carrier? Yes, we saw the koala animals, and they're really lovely. They're like little bears, actually. Although not a member of the bear family at all. Although they were naked, so in essence, they were koala bear. I mean, not to get too technical about it. We saw the wombats, too, or are they just wombs? Because they aren't actually bats, as far as I know. But there was a guy wearing balls, well, he wasn't wearing, I mean, all guys, you know. But the thing is, he had a hat, and on his hat was all these little balls, the guy at the marsupial place. And then it was because there was fruit bats everywhere. Apparently, you know, the ball and the bat, mortal enemies.
How did, like, you always think, oh, you come over here and you see all the wildlife, and then you go back to America and probably forget about it. But from what I've read, it actually put you in good stead with Gloria Estefan.
Well, all right, we were at the Healesville. Yeah. For some of the older people here, you'll remember Gloria Estefan. I sense there's a lot of young people in the audience who are like, what is this Gloria Estefan you speak of, grandfather? What was it like when iPods were powered by steam? Gloria Estefan was a famous singer, right? She still is. She was in a group in those days called the Miami Sound Machine. And she was at the marsupial place with her family. And she was petting a wallaby. So I saw her later. I was doing a show called Hey, Hey, It's Saturday! Exclamation point. And so I met her at the show. And Gloria Estefan was dead nice, you know, really nice. I mean, very tiny, extraordinarily tiny, a Hummel figure, a Christmas ornament. Perfectly formed. And very grave, very somber, you know. And she went, my son and I really enjoy comedy. And we watch Whose Line Is It Anyway? And we really laugh. And you're like, when someone gives you a compliment like, well, that's terrific. Are you gonna let your face know? I said, I saw you petting a wallaby at the Healesville, and she goes, oh yes, we had a wallaby, but he on our compound in Florida. They live on a compound. Yeah. And she said, but we're very sad because the wallaby committed suicide, and I had to keep a straight face. Like, I've never really heard of a wallaby taking its own life for any reason. I thought, well, how does a wallaby even consider suicide? What do they just walk into a room with a really low ceiling and go, you know, just jump as high as I can, you know? And I don't know why the wallaby was depressed. Maybe because it lived on a compound in Florida.
I've read this about Gloria Estefan's wallaby, that it committed suicide.
I mean, how does she get away, if you'll pardon the expression, with this nonsense? How can you say a wallaby committed suicide? What, like it was hanging around one day and just went, you know, I'm sick of it. The pouch, the tail, it's over for me. I'm tired of people calling me a wallaby. I'm just a wallop. There's no B in it. I'm not part B.
Well, the thing is with wallabies, it's very hard to stop them committing suicide.
Is it?
Yeah, because they get on the edge of a building and you go, don't jump.
I snork at my own. I provide my own snorkage.
Isn't it a wonderful thing to hear an audience member laugh so hard they snort?
Yes. Next to having a beautiful woman pass liquid through their nose while you're performing. I don't think there's any higher compliment when a girl goes like that. Then you know you've got them.
Have you had that happen?
Of course.
Yeah.
Not tonight, but many times the audience has laughed at my jokes.